Canada, Mexico, and China have vowed to respond to sweeping new tariffs to their exports to the US announced by President Donald Trump. They're in fact set to take effect on Tuesday, that's tomorrow. Now, according to reports, Trump has also said EU tariffs will happen and the UK is out of line, but a deal could be worked out. My colleague Samia Afsar breaks down how the implementation of Trump's tariffs and the subsequent retaliation could mark the start of a new era of global trade wars. Take a look.
The tariff war has begun. As promised in his poll campaign, US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order slapping steep tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China. The move, which aims at curbing drug trafficking and illegal immigration, could also send shockwaves through the global economy. Donald Trump has imposed 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports and 10% on Chinese goods. If these tariffs remain in place, they could drive up inflation, hitting American consumer where it hurts the most, at the checkout line. Canada and Mexico have announced retaliatory tariffs, with outgoing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau warning that US shoppers will soon feel the pinch.
Tonight, first, I want to speak directly to Americans, our closest friends and neighbors. This is a choice that, yes, will harm Canadians, but beyond that, it will have real consequences for you, the American people. Unfortunately, the actions taken today by the White House split us apart instead of bringing us together.
Mexico isn't holding back either. It has also ordered retaliatory tariffs that could possibly range from 5 to 20% on pork, cheese, fresh produce, manufactured steel, and aluminum. Meanwhile, China has slammed Trump's move. Beijing has warned that there are no winners in a trade war and has vowed to take necessary countermeasures to protect its economy. With three major economies fighting back, Trump's tariffs are setting the stage for a full-blown trade war, one that could have far-reaching consequences for businesses, consumers, and the global market. Samia Afsar, NDTV World.
Now, former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce Raymond Vickery joins us from Washington for more. Welcome to the show, sir. I'll get straight to it. With retaliatory tariffs already in motion, how likely is the situation to escalate into a prolonged trade war?
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me. I think that this is a very unwise move. Where it ends, nobody knows, but it's a very, very bad first step. I think the idea that somehow tariffs can be used to bludgeon friend and foe alike into doing whatever it is that the president wants to do is absolutely ill-founded. We tried the business of walling off the United States during the Great Depression with something called the Smoot-Hawley tariffs. It made the situation worse economically, and that was at a time when there wasn't nearly as much international trade as there is now. I think it's particularly deplorable in regard to friends Canada and Mexico. Trump in his first term renegotiated NAFTA, so there would be integration on what he deemed to be even a fairer perspective. And now he has basically destroyed that arrangement. The history of the world is that widening markets where people play by the rules increases the prosperity for everyone. I think that this is going to raise the prices for American consumers. The president said that he would do away with inflation. Of course, he's already broken a number of promises that he would end the Ukraine war, and all sorts of good things would happen economically. I think it's particularly deplorable the impact this has on friends like India. The fact is that when Prime Minister Modi comes to the United States, Donald Trump has said that India is a great abuser of tariffs. He's threatened India, among the other BRICS countries, if they try to move away from dollar-denominated trade with 100% tariff. This is no way to run a railroad, much less the international economic situation. So as a former Assistant Secretary of Commerce, where we work so hard to bring about economic advantage through trade, this is very disheartening. And coupled with other things which are going on in the United States, the whole retaliation against enemies, the threatening of actual use of arms to get back the Panama Canal. It is a very dire situation and does not bode well for the United States or the world.